Whereas Victoria also looking for their first win of the campaign. So here we go. Game 4 on day 3. So we'll be Fiji with first attacking chance, bringing it outside the 30. Very strong forward pack once again. The Fijians possess, trying to get over that gain line. They go to the left-hand side through Wanga. And now on the left-hand flank is Matea. Good offloading ability, as it's seen so often there from the Fijians. It's a thing of beauty there, offloading. That one just pushing a bit forward. So it will be our first error of this matchup, and now Victoria will have their first chance to see what they can offer.
I think a lot to prove for both teams as well. Neither who have had a win, so this will be really encouraging for either of them, both in development squads too.
So that last hand was a hand from purple. So Fiji do maintain possession. They get a chance once again to make amends. As they move their way forward just over halfway. And again, that's a big collision coming in. Mua this time. Welcome to Pizzi, she says to the Fijians. Thalthal cover. Takes it up, and now driven back in the tackle. Good defense early on here. Victoria aiming up. Alex.
Yeah, really strong defense from Victoria, especially the number 10, Yvonne Surveyor for Victoria. She's been great across the carnival. Everything you want in that forward pack, but, you know, I think her defense is really hard to critique.
Thalthal Siva sees an opportunity left-hand side, finds Wanga, and that pass is just pushed, and it goes across the touchline. So they are eager to chance their arm and play some attacking rugby league are the Fijians. But Victoria up to the task, will come back centre field and see what Victoria can offer in attack. Kate Eldridge playing the ball. She's been the shining light for Victoria, the number 7. Strong leader. And she'll need to have a big influence on this contest. To Livuka. The number 5 jersey, she plays it just short of halfway for Victoria. They go left-hand side. Bellis on the inside again. Good offloading from Victoria. And another. This is better from Victoria. And here's the danger woman you mentioned just moments ago, Sevilla. Jacopo waiting for it. Right side, Eldridge onto the toe, and that is an absolute safe hands from Fiji. Just popped up right into the breadbasket.
She really just reached and grabbed the ball. She barely had to jump. I'm sure next time the kicker will crack onto that one and maybe kick it with a little bit more height, because it's just gone straight into the hands of Fiji.
Duanuve. It was Fiji's first opportunity in this tournament this year. Thanks to the Pacific Australian Sports Program, making it all possible, along with Papua New Guinea also joining us this year. So we're going to have that international flavour as well in this tournament.
Yeah, it's so important to have representation from the Pacific as well. You know, it's just grassroots, and I must say, it's just natural talent in the Pacific. So in Australia, if we can start to provide these pipelines, it's so important, because they love the great game of rugby league just as much as we do over here.
Of course, we've seen the success of the men's programs, and now it's good to see the women following suit with this talent coming through the ranks, that's for sure. So now Stevens tips it on, and the wall of the Fijian defence is up to the task. Slow ball there. Stevens looking for options. Goes on the outside now to Naleo. Wearing number 6, but playing fullback today. Eldridge snatching at it. And this is better from Victoria, building some momentum. 5.5 gone, 0-all the score. Who will break the deadlock? Jacopo. Out to Bellis, and there's a bit of a miscommunication. One going out, one coming in, forcing the error. So Victoria coughed that one up. We'll pack down. And Fiji getting a chance once again with ball in hand. And we knew this game was going to be a grinding affair early on, and certainly is delivering.
Yeah, it is. Like 6 minutes with no points on the board. It's a real even contest as well, I would say. A lot of push and pull, though, and a lot of errors that hope to be ironed out within the first few minutes.
Now to Akua with their hands on it, and they go down his right-hand side and spots an opening. And here is the young woman who absolutely brought the crowd to their feet yesterday, Veikoso, who gets collected there, but that interception try was simply brilliant from the skipper. So Fiji now just short of halfway. Both sides just feeling each other out in the early exchanges here. At the back door and running into the contact. Now Tukua, she plays it. Short side. Now Thalthal. Thiever, and now a collision coming in. But Fiji will get the ball back here.
It's big contact that the Victorians are putting on the Fijian women, but Fiji are just bouncing out of it. Very, very strong, all the women on the pitch.
Happy to find the touchline. Find some structure and go again. Referee not happy with that one. And third time's a charm. Here we go. Keep it moving.
Nice breather for the women.
And us. Tabua.
Yeah.
Takes it up. Here come Fiji with their best chance of the contest. Kiluwakana. She'll play it. Go left side. Holding it up and straightening. Great meters. Sulkata Name this time in the number 9 jersey. The left-hand flank through Uwanga. Jamming defence there from Stevens. Back to Nathathal Thiva. Inside the 10 now for Fiji. And the offload in contact is an absolute beauty. Now tucking the head, Diranuve. And there's the opening score for Fiji. The offload ability is so strong from the Fijians. And there it is, the first try to Fiji. They lead 4-0.
First points, and you can just hear how excited the crowd is. It started with Nathatha Theva before going out to the left. She was tackled, a lovely little offload, touches Nathatha Theva again. Some individual brilliance from the hooker. But this little, she was almost down, but a little pop, and she'll find her number 1 in Duranuve for Fiji. First points, but that was all Nathatha Theva. She touched that about 3 times, and she just kept directing her players around, and they eventually got there in the likes of Duranuve. For Fiji, number 1.
Great start from Fiji. So impressive with ball in hand. And we see the fans of Fiji getting very excited as well, and as they should be. The Fijians, arguably the best fans in the world across whatever sport they may be supporting. Always support their side and their country. And great to see many on show here this afternoon. We see this one more time, Alex.
Yeah, how good is this? It's a real team as well. There's about 4 or 5 different players in it, but Nathatha Theva, she's had contact with the ball 2 or 3 times, but this lovely little offload and insight to find Duranuve, the number 1 for Fiji, first points, and that's got to be encouraging for the Melanesians.
So 10 minutes gone in this first half. Fiji leading Victoria 4 points to 0. As Stevens restarts action, allowed to bounce and then straight into the breadbasket of Natukua. So Fiji with a promising start early on. First opportunity inside their opposing 20 and they come away with points.
It's a nice way to finish the grind as well. It was a pretty grinding, first 10 minutes. So to see points now, we'll see if many more will follow.
And that'll help Fiji once again. Another penalty going against Victoria. They can't afford to give away penalties to this Fijian side because they will make you pay from absolutely anywhere. Nathatha Siva has ball in hand, number 14. He was having some runners left and right. She goes to the left. On the right-hand side, and again, look at that, for some contact this time. Hannah Townsend making her presence known in this first half, but Fiji maintaining possession and charging forward to Bua. Once again, frightening with ball in hand. Fiji looking for their second try here. About 25 away from home, juggled, but play on, says the referee. That one's called as well. Good skills. Wanga showing, going and taking the tackle. They're on the Harvey Norman side. Great to have their support this tournament as well. Fiji, left side. The try scorer, Juanuve. And another offload. Their skills are so impressive. Look at him. Here she goes again, looking for try number 2. And she will rumble her way over. And Sanaka Juanuve gets try number 2 and Fiji second. And they lead 8 points to 0.
Wow, we thought some points were coming. They had the momentum. It was building, but we didn't know it would be a second try for Duranuve. But it came from a lovely little offload. And there it is there to find her number 3 before another offload back to Duranuve to put more points on Victoria. Tosso, Viti Tosso, go Fiji! There's some very passionate fans on the sideline as well. Great to see that our Pacific Island friends have the support of Fiji with some great homemade signs on what looks to be pizza boxes.
Spreading the message and love of Fiji Rugby League. And they are absolutely killing it here early on. We see this replay again. The number 1 is causing all sorts of headaches. It's a real second effort too, because she got this initial offload away. She kept her feet, just followed the ball, and pops up at the perfect time.
Just shows the power and how powerful the offload is becoming, and it's a real skill to be able to learn. But Fiji, that's the second try that's come from an offload. So that's a skill they have down pat.
So score remains 8 points to 0. 5.5 to play in this first half. And body on the line stuff. Great play from Victoria. Kamari Brew onto the field. She had eyes for the ball only there. Great play there from Rusilla. So Morgan King, the fresh legs coming on for Victoria, trying to get back into this match. So they need a score here, and they would love a try before the halftime break. And this is their best attacking chance with ball in hand. They've got some work to do. Townsend. Good carry. Jakopo waiting for it. They go to the left. Velez drops it back underneath. And again, Fiji's defence up to the task. Withstanding all sorts of pressure. For the women in purple. Hot on the attack here. Eldridge gets it wide. Nasigo, and now a beautiful pass to Latu, and here's space. Stevens, one more down the flank. Simon for the corner, and Madeleine Simon will be denied.
It was looking really promising there. It started on the left, but some great runs from Rusilla, the number 17. She's an injection that was very much needed, as we'll see the replay here. They spread the ball out to the right-hand side. It's just hands, just simple hands from the 3 to find her winger. But defense from Fiji, too strong. The number 5, Kokan Asinga, taking her out into touch.
They just needed someone to straighten a few passes earlier there. They just ran themselves out of room a little bit, the Victorians. But that's their first attacking chance, and they're looking much better with ball in hand.
It's really simple stuff like the Victorians are just doing. Some really simple, just one-ups or just hands. It's nothing, nothing fancy, but it works. It's effective. So I think they're starting to build now. They're starting to get some more offense and some ball in hand. So, I think they'll come back. They'll have a little break at half-time. And I expect that Victoria will be able to put some points on.
In the meantime, Fiji may have other plans as they make their way up the field. 3 minutes left in this first half. They score again. It's a long way back. Good kick down the throat there of Nalio, I should say. She takes it cleanly and brings it back through Stevens. And just having a look there. And that will give another chance to this Fijian side to add on further points. We see the offload ability again causing problems. Kiluwikana takes it up now inside the 10. Left side they go. Nathathel Sivo just waiting there for it. She has options everywhere, but she goes on her own and does it all on her own. A bit of a delay of the referee. Yeah, she agrees. Gets a sign off, and there's a try for Fiji. Try number 3 in this first half. To Rusilla, Nathathel Sivo on the board. And Fiji are looking really strong here, Alex.
In almost the exact same spot that the last 2 were scored in. Just eyes up footy from the hooker, Nathatha Theva. It wasn't easy though. She really had to reach around to put the ball down and find the grounding. But the woman in pink says yes. Another 4 points for Fiji. Number 14, Tarosili Nathatha Theva. Some well-deserved points, I think, as well for the hooker. She's been putting in the work across this whole carnival.
Very impressive with ball in hand. So Fiji leading 12 points to 0. Just that constant pressure. They've had a lot of territory, but they're coming away with points every time. And the kick can't find the target. So score remains 12 the difference. 35 seconds before the halftime break.
How good. Here's the replay. That'll certainly be going in Fiji's showreel. Nathatha Theva. Some individual brilliance from the hooker. Straight from dummy half. Finds the line. She had to fight with about 4 of Victorians' D-line there, but she found the white chalk in the end.
Victoria taking their time here, waiting for that siren. There may not be time for this kick-off as we wait for the siren. And that will be all she wrote there at half-time. Fiji holding a steady lead in this first term, leading Victoria 12 points to nil. 12 points to nil so far. So Victoria chasing their tails in this second half. 3 tries to nil. All unconverted from Fiji. So still within grasp for Victoria if they can strike early in this second. As Okino takes it forward. Now for Morrison, who's onto the field, the number 9. Good carry, Muamua. And gets the arms free as well. Okino. Again, the second carry in this set. Determination from the replacement front rower. Sevilla, she'll play it on the 30, 5th and final. They go to Eldridge. Chips it over the top for the winger. The bounce is there. It'll beat everyone. And go across the touchline. Simon tried to tow it ahead. Couldn't do so. So Fiji will have their first attacking set.
Promising start, though, from Victoria. A nice completed set to start the second half. Regardless of whether it finished with not a perfect kick, but, you know, everything up until then was pretty on point.
So now Fiji eager to continue where they left off in the first 20. Looking very composed and confident in their attack. It's there for Wanga. Morrison jams up in the face. The offload is a good one. And Mutu, she'll play it. Bukaki Nami gets hit very hard for her troubles as well. South Siva, the try scorer in that first half. Another offload. Here's the opportunity down the edge. Baharu in some clear pasture. Runs over the top of one. Just loses their footing. And now inside the 5. Fiji looking to score first in this second half. Pusawa will play it. Victorian defender slowly getting back to her feet, and that may be a turnover. That was 5th and final. So great defence there from Fiji.
Yeah, what a response as well, though, from Fiji. Pretty much the field's length they were able to do. So that's a great first set as well. So we'll see how Victoria now respond. Be working out of their own half.
Tulivuka plays it on her own 10. And there's some battered bodies out there. It's been an incredibly physical competition so far, as you'd expect. The best up-and-coming talent from around Australia and beyond. Sevilla rolls over the 30. Morrison goes to the right. Eldridge just gets the pass away, and Latu keeps their feet and finds Stevens. Stevens weaving and taken down. Final now for Victoria. They do get to their kick, and it's down the throat there. Kulkanasiga, she brings it back, and Runs straight over the top there of Nalio, and she holds on for dear life. Body on the line stuff. Junuve. She's already got 2. So 5 minutes gone in this second half. Score remains 12 points to 0. Fiji just juggling it there and then losing it. So now Morrison brings it back, and here goes Alison Morrison. Just didn't have the speed, but she made some handy meters as well over the halfway line. So can Victoria capitalise on a chance in this second? Nalio gets a pass on the outside. Keeping her feet in the offload there was Muamua. Now a penalty, just a bit high there from the Fijians. Better from Victoria.
Yeah, a lot better from Victoria. Alison Morrison getting involved as well. I'd love to see her get involved a bit more because that was a little bit of individual brilliance. A few steps, but she just didn't have the players with her. So I think they just need to sort of wrap around each other and start running in the pods because it's shown, you know, with Fiji's strategy how effective the offload is. So hopefully something Victoria can start to emulate as well.
That's an important part of the game of rugby league. That post-contact offload can really put you on the back foot. So Victoria now looking for their first score. Townsend. Launches her way forward. Plays it. Here they go through Eldridge. Latu running the decoy. Now Nalio. Stevens on the outside to Simon, and Simon running out of room and hit into touch, but it will be a penalty against Fiji. Just a bit too eager. So Victoria now have a good chance to reset and go again here. So imperative to come away with points in this sequence.
Yeah, great field position. We've got the replay in that bottom right corner. They were shifting to the right, and she was taken out, but there was a penalty in the tackle. So another bite of the cherry for Victoria.
So probing their way forward for Awful Tawala. She plays it now. Townsend gets driven back in the tackle and put on her back. A little bit slow to get up as well. Hannah Townsend eventually does so. That's to the left, showing, going, and on a hard line. And the offload as well. And here go Victoria, space to the left, and that's the way they go for the corner. And there it is. After long last, Victoria, they strike back. Tulivuka, Fijian rugby union star, playing league for Victoria against Fiji, gets a try.
We've had some flying Fijians on the centres and the wings for some of these teams, but it was that post-contact offload we see here which made all the difference. When they shifted left, hands through the 20, Elizabeth Rose Bellis before finding Tuilevuka, number 5 for Victoria. First points down.
Great try there for Montalita. Tuilevuka, very impressive start. And Victoria, let's show what they can do when they hold on to the ball. And don't count out the Victorians just yet. 12 points to 4, kick to come as Stevens lines it up from out wide. Very handy attempt there from Stevens out wide. Still no good.
Here's a replay again though. First points from Victoria. This is where the greatness began. Post-contact offload, shift out from the 20 to find the 5. Tuilevuka for Victoria.
Just 8 points of difference. Anyone's game. So Victoria very happy to match Fiji in the offloading game. You saw it on display right there. 10 to play. One bounce and collected. So Victoria, what can they do after scoring points? Dana Stevens. Same way they go. Now, big fan and power as well. Look at this for a carry. Great charge. Mua. Morrison looking for a quick ball down the left. Back inside now. Bounce and lost.
It's a shame to see the set finish that way when it started with an absolute barnstorming run from Lana Moore in the 15 jersey. Made about 20 metres for her team, just straight up the guts. But a costly mistake followed.
So Fiji get a penalty. Victoria again not keeping their discipline. And just piggybacking Fiji down the field.
It was a tricky one from Victoria. She tried to stay out of the play. That was the number 11 there. Makutu did her best, but it's a tricky position to be in.
So play on now for Fiji as they look for their first points in this second half. Sukaki Nami gets it out the back door now, and here goes Fiji straightening through Adiwonga. Trapped, ball and all. Options, left-hand side. Gironuve looking for a hat-trick. And a great pass over the top. Joltini. And a pass as well. And I don't know how she's done it, but she has. Sensational. And Fiji get their first points in this second half. So Lotte Kokanasiga dotting it down. But once again, Alex, the offloads are just sublime.
I really like the defence from Victoria, though, in the tackle that led to this try, because they wrapped the ball, which they didn't do in this next set, which would cost them 4 points. But Gironuve, hasn't she been one to watch? There's the offload there. We see to her forward Dratini. And another offload. She didn't make it herself, but she'll send in Kokanasinga, the number 5, Salote, for 4 points for Fiji.
Jordini just attracted all the defence and just got her hands free and somehow popped it over the top. Score now 16-4. Nabuta. Another tough assignment as well from Fiji out wide. Won't find the distance. That was Soa.
And here's that glorious replay again for the Fijians. It's that left edge they love. The fourth try on the left edge and fourth from offloads as well. It was Dratini who passed it off to her winger, Kokanasinga. Salote, the number 5, Toso Viti Toso. Fiji now with a 14-point lead over Victoria. .point lead, sorry, can't count.
And their first win very much within grasp for Fiji. Stevens tries a short restart and absolutely money as Eldridge collects it on the bounce. So Victoria, they're not done with yet. Jacopo gets it away and now for Tunisi. Jacopo, left-hand side, straightening. Okino. Inside the 10 now, Victoria looking for their second try of the afternoon. Left side, juggled. Back underneath. A big contact again. The referee will deem that coming off Victoria first. So Fiji do have possession.
Just brute force in the Fijians' defence. The number of times they've been able to force an error, just with the fact that they are so big and strong in their tackles. And it looked like Victoria was sort of turning it on too. They were starting to switch up. I love when the 17, Kamabua, gets involved. She's been great for Victoria, a real injection of that sort of aggression that I think they desperately need.
So a scrum on their own 10 for Fiji. Just keeping that solid lead as we tick down to the closing stages of this matchup. And what's been a great showing of prowess on both sides, and Fiji finally putting it all together. And what's been a pretty compelling performance. Here they go again to the left-hand edge, and you guessed it, Juanuve once again heavily involved. Joltini coughs it up. So now Vic inside the 50. Can they finish on the right note? Take some confidence into their final day of action. Stevens. Jacopo. Another big collision as well on Wati Jacopo. She's been one of the best, the 14 for Victoria. Very much heavily involved in the action as they look to go left. A couple of bounces and eventually scooped up. And just over halfway are Victoria, but tackle 3. Kimaburi, she plays it. To the left they go, going and holding it up. For Muamua. Unfortunately, she just loses it as well. Now a penalty on the back of it. That hurts Victoria. A wobbly kick for the touchline, but it does get there. So Fiji, final 90 seconds on the way. So Fiji down the short side. Baharu gets jammed in a good shot, but does want to get the hands free, and as they always do, and that one cops a deflection from Victoria. So we'll be 6 again. So Fiji waiting for it. Also Sewa. Centre field, options. See Juanuve in the backfield just demanding the ball. They go that way. Off the right, Makoto. Fiji now to seal the victory. Gets across the line. Has she got it down? I don't believe she has. Great defence, Victoria. Held up the call. And the crossfield kick from Juve. And charging onto it is you-know-who, Captain Courageous on the inside to Baharo. And she's across the line. And Fiji finish with a flourish. A sensational try. Juve Vekosu with the catch. And the inside ball to Rusila Baharo with the final try.
Magic is what it is. There it is. Diranuve, the kick across. But who comes sweeping in? It's the number 7, Vaikoso, before a lovely little pass to the number 3, Baharo. That's her first try today, and a well-deserved one at that. Great defence, though. Sweeping defence as well from Victoria. It was a very tough one, but when you've got a runner like Baharo just coming full force at you, there's no way to stop her.
Very tough assignment, that is for sure. So Fiji will finish on the right note here, and they will get their first win of the campaign. What a great moment.
Yeah, very exciting and encouraging for them to take back to the Pacific, and hopefully encourage them to come back and continuing to be involved in the Women's Championship as well. Because what an asset they have been.
It will be the final play of the day. The strike stays wide, so that'll be full time. Fiji victorious over Victoria, 20 points to 4.